Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Mortimer, and today we're going to look at an important aspect of interscholastic sports. Goes beyond winning and losing, and something that we as coaches and athletic administrators take very seriously. We're going to look at sportsmanship and how, more specifically, acting with respect, integrity, empathy directly supports mental health and builds resilience in student athletes. It's a topic that not only affects our athletes and their character building process, but also parents, coaches, and our entire athletic program. I want to first define sportsmanship because we always say it's more than just playing the rules. It's about how athletes treat their teammates, their opponents, their coaches, the officials. It includes fairness, respect, integrity, and empathy. And when our athletes practice good sportsmanship, they're learning to cope with challenges and manage stress, build strong social connections, and um, build the skills and the character development that are essential for their mental health. As mentioned, some of the core values for that mental health involve fairness, making sure that each player is treated equally and equitably, not just by their teammates, but by the coaches and administrators, opponents, and officials. We also teach the fundamental value of respect through sportsmanship. It is going to cultivate those positive interactions among players. And as always, integrity, honesty, ethical behavior in sports, which is going to build trust in our teammates and opponents. So, research shows that participation in sports improves self esteem, reduces anxiety and depression, and enhances a student's social skills. A study of over 11,000 U.S. children found that those engaged in team sports had significantly better mental health outcomes than children who did not participate in sports. The physical activity itself releases endorphins, which are natural mood elevators, which help athletes feel more positive and more focused. And youth sports have a long term benefit. Adults who played youth sports as kids report fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression. And sportsmanship is not just the nice behavior that we preach to our students and our athletes, but it is a critical factor of mental and emotional development and well-being, as seen by here the Sports Journal and the CDC. Engaging in that respectful sportsmanship is going to also foster empathy and those coping skills. When young athletes, especially after a loss, are congratulating opponents, or if they're facing adversity, they're building resilience and strengthening that emotional health. We see today that a lot of our students have a hard time regulating their emotions, especially in difficult situations. And so, continuing to emphasize sportsmanship in our athletics is going to not just enhance their overall experience in their respective sport, but it is going to enhance their overall experience in life. Now, I want to take a look at how it translates into real life actions. As I mentioned, it's just beyond our athletes. For parents, consistently modeling that positive behavior, encouraging the best effort, supporting learning instead of only focusing on winning, and showing respect and encouragement for your student athlete, for the athletes, encouraging being a better teammate, right? Accepting your mistakes with dignity and with grace, and playing with that integrity. For our coaches, right? We don't want to just highlight the positives on the competition field, but highlighting positive behaviors. highlighting those small victories in character building that we always that we are always trying to build with our student athletes, and making sure that we provide a safe environment for our student athletes to learn from their mistakes. We must also model respect in every single interaction that we have. Every positive interaction reinforces resilience and mental health for our student athletes. Now, some practical ways that we can reinforce sportsmanship, as an athlete here, taking a moment to pause before reacting negatively, and even our coaches too. We do get very emotional about our sport, right? So taking a moment to just pause and reflect could prevent any unnecessary conflict. For our athletes, encouraging our teammates after a mistake instead of criticizing them. I tell my football players right now, hey, there is a way to go about correcting a teammate, and there is a way to not go about correcting our teammate. And so we as coaches need to continue to model that, and the players need to know that. As coaches and athletes, will celebrating effort and improvement, not just the winning outcomes. And really, by integrating these behaviors consistently, we're going to build both character and resilience, which are essential life skills. Now, I want to thank you for listening to our presentation today. Sportsmanship strengthens mental health, builds resilience, and teaches those lifelong coping skills. And it's about building character and confidence that lasts beyond sports. Thank you.